Hey everyone, Steve here, and in this video I'm going to be checking out this Hatsune Miku Project DIVA Mega Mix controller made by iPega for the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Switch Lite. Now, much like other rhythm games I've played on this channel, I don't know much about the Project DIVA series, but I have used one of the controllers before just to play around on the PlayStation Classic and a bit of dive kick on the PC, but from what I can tell, it seems like Megamix is the latest entry in the series, and I just happen to have a brand new copy of the Korean version of the game here. Now, I think throughout Asia, the game is called Project DIVA Mega 39s, and it's actually quite a hard game to get physically. There are English releases, but I think they're really expensive. There are also Japanese and Chinese ones, but I chose the Korean one specifically because I can read Korean. I don't understand it at all, and the reason I can read Korean but not understand it is because I just took the afternoon it takes to learn the Korean alphabet. I don't remember the name, but I think the Korean language is called Hangul. But anyways, that is why I chose specifically the Korean version of the game. Now the menu is still going to be pretty hard for me to navigate, so we'll just have to try our best to get into some actual gameplay. Like I said, this is a brand new copy, so let's break the seal on this now. It looks like inside we do get a DLC code, which I will be blurring, even though I think it might be expired. We have another little flyer again in Korean, but I'm assuming it probably just helps with some gameplay. I can read this, and it just says Jojak Guide, and I don't know what Jojak means. And then we have the game card itself. But before we get to playing, let's take a look at the main event of this video, and that is this interesting looking, I guess, big 4-button controller for the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is made by the company iPega, who apparently have been making things since 1994. It features a light bar, 2 analog sticks and buttons, I suppose, and a 3-meter cable. And I don't think this is officially licensed by Nintendo because it has the classic Telltale trademark of for NS and NSL, which means that they're trying to basically avoid saying Nintendo Switch directly. iPega are a 25 years game accessories manufacturer apparently, something to do with an angel, and not much else around the box. Funnily enough, on the back, they do mention, and on the front actually, Hatsune Miku and Project DIVA Megamix, so I don't know if it's officially licensed by the game or by the company, but they don't have any qualms about saying that on the packaging. Now, this is Japanese, it looks like to me. You can email this for support. The controller itself is 290 by 170 by 40 millimeters high. 3-meter long cable, I imagine that's what that says, and it weighs 645 grams, and I don't know what any of that means. Let's take a look at this diagram. D-pad, left analog, right analog, your 4 buttons. There's an audio jack down the bottom, and on the top you have LED modes, I suppose. L, ZL, ZR, mode switch, minus, home, plus, screenshot, and the touch slider, which is interesting. And that's it for the packaging. Let's have a look inside. 2 seals here. And here we have the controller itself in a plastic insert. There's a whole bunch of stuff like paper here, and I think this cable that fell out while I was pulling it out, but that's totally fine. Everything's a bit dusty. It must be factory fresh. And it was really tightly jammed in that vacuum form plastic. And here we have it. It actually has a nice bit of weight to it, I think owing to this metal plate down the bottom. I can't imagine that the parts themselves are too heavy. So we have everything that they've mentioned here. We have these it's kind of like a, dice roller thingy or something like that, where on a board game you would do this to pop the dice. All the buttons feel all right, I suppose. You have a touch slider that doesn't feel like anything. I think one thing that they didn't really, I guess I could look at the manual to see if it explains anything, but it might be in Japanese. But one thing that they didn't really mention was this kind of dock thing, and I think that's how you kind of actually attach it to the Nintendo Switch, or at least if you wanted to mount it that way. Or you could use, DC 5 volts. Does that mean you have to externally power this if you want like the lights to turn on or work, or if like this controller works at all? I don't know. Let's have a look at what the manuals say. Okay, that is all in Japanese, so not useful. Also in Japanese, and also in Japanese. Okay, we're just gonna have to figure this out as we go along. I am just going to plug it into the Nintendo Switch and hope for the best. Does this go back any further? No? Oh gosh. Don't try this at home. That seemed to work all right. Whoa! Whoa, wait, okay, all of the things worked. Nice, woohoo! You're seeing my live reaction. Okay, oh, I guess maybe the USB is just a pass through. You see these buttons, they line up sequentially. That's pretty cool. Okay, so turn the switch on, then press a button. All right, whoa. Whoa, oh, that's the touch slider. That is so cool. Let's turn these lights off. Actually, let's just turn this light off. Actually, no, I do need a bit of light, so let's leave the lights on. So let's just go to the button test menu first and see what everything shows up as. Test input devices, test controller buttons. All right, X, Y, B, A. You're not gonna see anything there, but left click, right click, up, down, left, right. L, R, ZL, ZR, minus, plus. What does arcade do? This touch slider doesn't seem to be doing anything at the moment, which is fine. Maybe it's like an analog thing, but it is following my finger. How cool is that? You guys see that? You see this light over here? Now I'm over here. What if I'm in two places? Oh, it does work. So I can light up the whole thing if I really wanted to. Who knows what this normal arcade mode switch does? Let's just leave it on normal. And I guess it's nothing left to do but test it on the game. All right, let's test out Korean Project DIVA. Let's download this update. Hopefully the update is an English patch, but it might not be. And here is the screenshot button. I don't really want to do that, but let's do it anyways. Nice. Actually, while it's downloading, let's just see what happens when I plug in the cable that it comes with. So this is the cable, no logos or branding anywhere. So I'm just gonna have to make sure it stays with the controller or put a piece of tape on it. Nice free twisty tie. It does have rubber feet on it, so I can slide it around without scratching anything up, which is good. And I don't know if this is going to be charging or not because the Switch is on full battery, but let's just assume it will. Okay, the battery went down. That's kind of the opposite of what I wanted. Oh, cool. Okay, wait. You might be able to see it very subtly if I turn the light off. Pressing the LED button here seems to just affect whether or not you want this slider bar to be very slightly lit all the time, which is kind of dumb because it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Let's just leave it turned off. Okay, so the controller seems to have disconnected from the Switch, which is weird. I don't know how to get it back. You might have seen me just lift it up and plug it in again. Maybe it doesn't work when it's plugged in. Maybe it's charging the battery or something. I don't know. Someone who's already used this controller might be able to enlighten me on that. But anyways, the download for the Korean version of Project DIVA seems to have finished. So let's launch the game. Okay, so it's not an English language patch because it's still in Korean, which is all right. We'll work our way around it. I may end up having to just use my phone through Google Translate mode and reading the menu. Whoa, wait. Oh man, there's so much English and then it doesn't end up being English. Okay. Crap, it's not in English. That might be the game. Ooh, hahaha, I can read this. This says rhythm game. It just says rhythm game. This says customizing. Nice. Polarist Jacing. I don't know what that says. Gallery. Nice. Nintendo eShop. Nintendo eShop. Option. Rhythm game. Oh my god, this is the best. Going Korean was the best choice. What does this say? Arcade mode. Okay, arcade mode. I'm pretty happy. Okay. Hatsune Miku Project DIVA Mega 39's arcade mode. Melody icon something. Okay, whatever. It's I can read it, but it's too fast. And also some of it is in actual Korean and not just English. Nice. Ooh. This is probably all very obvious to anyone that's played these games, but for me, it is quite the novelty. These are all the songs. Hopefully they don't get me copyright struck, but whatever. Oh. Oh my god, I failed it. I thought I was doing alright. I think this means song selection and this means try again. Whoop. Right, didn't even make it to the slidey parts, so I have to really get to there before I can test this out. Green is life and I gotta make sure that stays up. I'm getting the hang of this. What does that mean? Not clear? Oh, I didn't get enough points. Fuck! I can't see this game. It's so hard to see what I'm meant to be pressing. I just want to try and get a slide right. I kept getting it wrong in the tutorial. I just realized I can probably test the sliding inputs by doing this. Okay, there we are. So these are analog sticks. So they go from here to there. So this is one analog stick and this is another. So this is basically how I would activate the slides. And this isn't going to do anything because this is testing the left analog stick. So go back, and if I press here, so this is the right analog stick. Got it. We get the idea. Okay, so these are your analog sticks and they can only tilt left and right. Okay, well it doesn't seem to work when it's plugged into the USB power. I guess this is just to charge something else and doesn't actually charge the controller. Oh, this is only to plug it in. You're meant to plug in the controller into the Switch. I'm so dumb. Okay, so get ready for the best thing you're ever gonna see, and that is Star Wars Episode 1 Racer with this Hatsune Miku controller. I really should have just looked at this manual even though it was in Japanese. And it also would have let me know about the analog sticks, which I had to figure out by myself because I'm an idiot. Alright, so let's just get racing. Oh, that's no fun, I have to press these buttons. But I can steer using the slider, so... Oh Jesus, it's hard. Ah! And I can press A to boost. Ah! Oh shit. Ah! And funnily enough, I know we can definitely play some Super Mario World because I'm gonna just walk left and right. Okay, let's try this. Ah! How do you... Oh, Jesus. Oh man, damn it. Oh, this is so confusing. I can sprint if I press X down here. Ah, damn it. I was getting the hang of it. I need to figure out where the end is here. But anyways, we get the idea. You can play Mario with this thing. How useful is that? Anyways, that'll just about do it for the iPega Hatsune Miku Switch controller. You've got your nice big buttons here. You've got analog sticks, you've got a D-pad, you've got everything you need. You've got your analog sticks here as well, which is very, very good to know and very interesting. I don't know why the screenshot button is so prominent there, but I guess it is. But yeah, I bought this controller off eBay, and I think there is a PS4 version out there as well, which I want to get eventually. But other than for the sake of novelty, I don't know whether or not it is for most people in their collections. It is pretty interesting looking, and you know, can make for some interesting challenge runs in the future if you want to kind of limit yourself to playing like this. And who knows, it might even be moddable to turn into some sort of like hybrid fight stick. And here's one last look at the bottom of the controller in case anyone's interested. That'll do it for now, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, it'd be great if you could like and subscribe to my channel. Any questions, leave us a comment down below. And be sure to check out the other videos on my channel as there's a lot to see there. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.